going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 23 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the brand new free competitive pass reward that you can start earning tomorrow, and we got early reveals for AKA content. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you like it, if it helps you out, make sure you go ahead and click that thumbs up button. Shows a lot of support on the channel, helps the videos get noticed. Also, if you're brand new here, you were searching around YouTube for MUT 23 content, whether it's how to make coins, how to get free players, how to build your ultimate team, you found the right channel for everything. Stay a while, click that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on as well so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos. Let's get right on into it. I got a little bit of a late start to my day, so our normal Sunday morning video where I go over all of the best free content that you can earn in MUT, that video will be on the way later this afternoon with all of the reveals coming out on Twitter this morning. I wanted to get this video out first, and here it is, the brand new featured reward for tomorrow's competitive pass, 97 overall Brock Purdy. Let's take a look at the attributes here first, and then we'll talk about it. 92 speed, 97 throw power, short, mid, and deep throw, all 95, throw under pressure, throw on the run 96, and play action 95. So at the end of the day, this is a competitive pass player, and I wish this card, I shouldn't say wish, I want this card to be better, but I'm not mad at the name or the position. It's not a terrible card, but it's also not amazing. I'm going to reserve my full judgment on this card until we see exactly what abilities he gets and which ones are discounted. For whatever reason, every other week they show the competitive pass reward on Twitter and they list out all of the abilities. They decided to leave it off for this Purdy card, so I guess we'll have to wait until tomorrow morning to find out. But if he gets like a gunslinger, set feet lead, pass lead elite, hot route master, fearless, if he gets some of those at 0 or 1 AP, it could turn into a much better card. And also, we need to see what his release is, whether it's Slinger 3, Slinger 1, something else. And a lot of people, can still use a quarterback. There's, everybody in this community wasn't around for season 1, 2, and 3, so they don't have the Ken Stabler. Stabler's definitely the better card if you compare him, but there's 49ers fans out there that really, really wanted Purdy to get an upgrade. Trust me, I've seen it in the comments. I've seen it on Twitter. So here is your Purdy card. Is it worth grinding for? I would say if you need a quarterback, absolutely. If you don't want to spend any coins on one. But I'll always say this, I don't think EA completely values our time and understands how sweaty some of these games online get. Like, I would love for this card to be bumped up to a 98. I know that's not the progression we've seen all year. We just finished up with 96s, but, we're at endgame here. A lot of these cards are endgame cards that are out right now, especially with strategy items. Is it a usable card? Absolutely. Do people want this card? Absolutely. Is it the most amazing card? Absolutely not. Could it be better? Absolutely. That's kind of my take on it, but we will wait and see what the abilities are looking like tomorrow. As of tomorrow, we will be 1 week away from the end of the AKA new class promo. We're going to get into the reveals in a moment, but just a reminder here, and we'll talk about it in the best free content video coming later this afternoon. Play your AKA solos, because if you're up to date on these, you've been earning these AKA new class tokens, and if you collect all of the tokens at the end of the promo, which if you see here on the overview is March 27th, a week from tomorrow, you'll be able to trade those in for an AKA new class player of your choice. And the cards we're about to show you are some pretty good ones, and potentially one of the cards you might want to pick for free. So the first one is going to be Gus Edwards, Gus the Bus. When I show you the X factors and abilities, I could make a case for this being the best running back in MUT. 98 speed, 97 acceleration, agility's good at 97, trucking and brake tackle 97, 98. I feel fairly confident that he's going to have spin and juke move in the 90s as well. Change of direction 97 is great. He also adds an 84 catch, which isn't half bad for a running back. Of course, there's better catch ratings out there for running backs, but for him being a power back and 98 speed, this is a really good combination. The second card is going to be Gregory Rousseau. His nickname is Groot. Wish they could have threw the actual Groot in there, but I'm sure there's copyright issues with that. 94 speed left end, 86 finesse move is trash. We'll be honest there. Power move, block shed, both at 98, really good. Acceleration, strength, tackle, pretty solid there. Play rec 93, pretty good as well. But I would love to see him have higher finesse move at the end of the day. but he does get good abilities, and at this point, that's really the name of the game. A lot of these cards all look very similar, especially with strategy items. You can make them even better. The abilities and X factors, specifically on AKA cards, are really the determining factor on why you would want to put them on the field. The third one is going to be David Njoku, and by the way, that Gus the Bus was the LTD. I kind of forgot to mention that. David Njoku is going to be another card, 97 speed tight end. He is 6'4". Not sure why they gave him a card last month just to give him another card this month, but it's a solid one. He's got good height, 97 speed. Run block is pretty atrocious at 72, but mid route running, deep route running, catching, all very good. So I could somewhat see this card kind of phasing out Gronk. Of course, Gronk is the better card because of the run block and the fact that he can get all 32 team chems, whereas, you know, Njoku cannot. But it's a solid card, and I definitely could understand why people want to use it. The final one, so we're getting 2 set cards. We're getting 2 set cards on offense, 1 on defense, and then an offensive LTD. But we got Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones, another quarterback, 95 speed. He gives you 97 throw power, 95 short throw, 98 mid, 96 deep throw under pressure, throw on the run, both 97, and play action 95. We have so many quarterbacks in the game, and I just said it a moment ago. A lot of cards are very similar at this point. It's just going to come down to abilities, and for quarterbacks specifically, throwing motion and preference and theme team and all of that. But let's take a look at all of the discounted X factors and abilities. So for Danny Dimes, he either gets Gambit or Dots. I personally would not waste an AP slot on either of those X factors. And ability bucket number 1, you can go Fearless, Hot Route Master, Gunslinger, or Set Feet Lead for 1 AP. Those are essentially the 4 best abilities that you could have on a quarterback. You get your choice of one of them for 1 AP. The middle bucket is where they kind of lose me here. It would have been nice to see Gunslinger for 0 AP or Fearless for 0 AP. They do have Fearless for 1, which isn't terrible, but there's no other opportunity to get Gunslinger or Hot Route Master or Set Feet Lead in bucket number 2 specifically. Bucket number 3 is basically a repeat of bucket number 1, and then you can add in the No Look Deadeye for 1 AP, which is another one I wouldn't waste it on. But my point here in saying all this is that you can't get like a Fearless, Gunslinger, Set Feet Lead, Hot Route Master for 4 or 3 AP. And that is something you could do with a Justin Herbert. And of course, the free Kenny Stabler can do that as well. And if you wanted to go, say, Gunslinger, and then you look in that middle bucket, you kind of got to go Fearless. And then you have to make a choice in the last bucket out of Hot Route Master or Set Feet Lead. So I don't like the ability setup on this card, and we also don't know his release and what EA is going to do with that. But I still think it's a solid card. There's just better options out there at quarterback. Gus the Bus is the most intriguing one to me because he gets the Freight Train X Factor for 1 AP, so that's similar to what we see with like Derrick Henry and the Quadfather. He's going to be more similar to Henry than he will be the Quadfather because of that persistent ability, which from what I can see is not discounted here on Gus the Bus. But then if you look at ability bucket number 1, you can go Backfield Master for 0 AP, which is great if you don't have a quarterback with Hot Route Master. You get the extra hot routes there. In the middle bucket, you get either Goal Line Back, which is severely underrated for 0 AP, in my opinion, gives you better blocking inside the 5-yard line, or you can get Short and Elite or Bruiser for 0 AP. So for me, remember that 84 catch rating, I'm going to go Short and Elite here, which is going to help with the passing game. I would go Freight Train for 1 AP, which is going to break that first tackle, unless it's like a gang tackle and there's more people there. And then you go Bruiser, Tank, Evasive, all 1 AP there. I would only put 1 AP on this card personally, but I like the fact that he's really fast, he can catch, he's a power back, and he gets that Freight Train and Short and Elite for a total of 1 AP. This looks like it's going to be my new running back starting tomorrow. Gregory Rousseau is another one that's really good because he gets Unstoppable Force for 1 AP, which is similar to J.J. Watt the Milkman, and we had the Maniac card with Shaq Leonard last week, I should say, so he gets it as well. And I've said this over the last week, and I'll continue to say it. At this point, offensive linemen, or everybody on their offensive line, has secure protectors and edge protectors. D-line abilities are just going to waste if you're using them, unless they're 0 AP. Unstoppable Force is the exception, so it's an X factor that's turned on. So I would spend the 1 AP on there, and then that middle bucket, you can go double or nothing, or Defensive Rally for 0 AP, and that's where I would leave it, just at that alone. And I think that makes him a really, really good pass rusher. Njoku, if we take a look at him, I would have preferred short and elite at 0 AP in that middle bucket, so that one is kind of making it a L for me there. You can go short and elite for 1 AP, but I don't want to spend 1 AP when Gronk can get it for 0 AP. And like deep out elite is solid on a tight end. Tight end apprentice for 0 AP is really good, assuming that you don't have a hot route master quarterback. The one thing that's really good is honorary lineman at 0 AP, but he has terrible run block, so it almost defeats the purpose by giving him that for 0 AP. But there you have it. I think we got a solid group of AKA cards coming out tomorrow, and it's going to be the second to last week, so the program's almost done, but one of those cards you can earn for free. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another video. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.